Hi.
Nice.
Clemson Nation, we represent. All in.
We're the city of Clemson. LSU fan came get stuck in my booty.
Roll
Oh, bitch. Are you that stupid?
Yes, I am.
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
It is
South
our shit show.
Carolina fans sucks cock with their assholes.
What a great way to start the show. Welcome into CSF Late Nights. My new voice thing that I've got will be just spouting out things all night. I don't know what it's going to say.
Yeah,
Because my
that's the one
ass
typing.
is tired, and it may just say just silly shit. I don't know. I have
No typos. No typos, Rob.
Yeah, you have any typos, it'll be a fuckstick typo. Exactly. Anyway, welcome into the show this evening, as I have new toys to play with, and it makes me happy. My name is Rob Sanders. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. Right. I live in like actual where it's actually safe. The South Carolina Gamecocks play here. They play in a ghetto shithole stadium. It's about 20 minutes from where I sit here. No one goes there except on game days. The rest of the year, it is where crack deals are held, literally. It's where the projects used to be. And if you go down there, you might get raped, shot, bludgeoned, or whatever. But I live here. My two friends here live in Louisiana. Average Dave is the sloppy party bottom this evening. Hello, Dave.
Normal.
And then up top, we have the Gnome. Gnome, what's up, friend?
Not too much. You know, we have a friend that 1 year secretly painted Clemson paw prints in South Carolina Stadium.
Oh, well, that's respectfully, lots of people have done that. There's the whole thing with South Carolina, by the way, where it's so there's so many different things about that stadium. They have what's called doo-doo ice. Have we told the doo-doo ice story on the show?
We've talked about doo-doo.
Yes.
There's the doo-doo ice is there. There's also the story of how they had the Gamecock Club the state fairgrounds are across the street from the stadium, and they had a contract with the state fairgrounds that they got like in 1960 something, whenever the fuck they built that stadium, and it was like a 40-year contract, right? And the agreement was that they literally weren't paying them anything, and oh shit, they weren't paying them anything for this. And then when the state fair asked them, hey, we're losing money taking care of this fucking parking lot for you people, so can you help us out a little bit? And they're like, no, fuck you, stay to the contract. So when the contract came up, the state fair told them, fuck you, beat it. We'll just have our own private parking lot. We'll actually make money on it. So the state farmers market was right across the street. They kicked all the farmers off the farmers market so they could have their piss poor Gamecock walk. And then they moved the farmers market to the middle of nowhere because they don't give a shit about fucking farmers. Where can our shithole Gamecock team play? Anyway, there you go. There's my stuff for this evening. You guys have stuff you would like to talk about?
Well, I would like to add that pretty much all the South Carolina fans I talked to, discuss things with, they pretty much suck. So it's not surprising of the stories you just said.
They literally in the farmers market is so in the middle of nowhere, Jonathan. You can't get to it from the interstate. You come on now. They took the farmers market from the farmers right in the heart of downtown and set where they could get off on the interstate and go there. And then they moved it into the middle of nowhere. Then the Gamecock Club, they had people that bought lifetime contracts, and they had to sue them because the Gamecock Club's like, we don't have parking for you. You ever heard of like boosters actually suing the game, like their own club? Yeah, that's with South Carolina.
I really thought you were talking to me like I fucking know where the farmers market is, but thanks, boat, right?
Welcome into the show. Good evening.
What's up, fellas?
What up, Andre?
I didn't think Andre was going to call tonight.
Shirt, Dave. Love your shirt, man.
What up, man?
Man, I tell you what, man. Darren was a little bit salty on the last show. A little bit butthurt about Uncle Lou, huh?
Who? Oh no, well, like
Yeah.
Uncle Lou, like he thinks that he's got like a huge YouTube following, okay? And I don't really have a problem with Uncle Lou, but he got pissy because I stood by what I said with Kirby Smart. Fuck Kirby Smart. I don't think he's that good at all. And and he's like, you should apologize after what they did with Clemson. No, I'm not apologizing for shit. I'm not apologizing for shit. He's still a shitty coach. That was their Super Bowl. That was their Super Bowl.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you explain to me? Did he explain to you who you're supposed to apologize to?
I should apologize to Kirby Smart. And I should talk about how Kirby Smart outcoached Dabo Sweeney. He didn't coach his team to an offensive touchdown, but okay. If that's you won 10-3 on a pick six, sir. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. It was their Super Bowl.
Didn't do squat.
Yeah, Georgia has a championship level defense. Okay, I fully believe that, but they have two things that are going against them. One, Kirby Smart is their head coach. He is dumber than a box of hammers. And two, that offense isn't as good as everybody thinks it is.
Are you biased? Are you biased? Like you want to believe that Georgia has a championship freaking defense because of what they did to Clemson?
No, sir. I honestly think their defense is really, really good. Number 99, Adams, is a guy that's going to be a first-round pick, and he's the best defensive tackle I've seen since Christian Wilkins. He is absurd. He weighs 350 pounds and runs, sideline to sideline to make plays. He is special, and that's what they've got there. The question for Georgia is going to be, can they overcome the offense and Kirby Smart's stupidity to win a national title?
I'm gonna bet no. He'll find a way to fuck it up. Although I tell you what, though.
Hold on, let me ask you guys. Well, that's because it's Alabama, but let me ask you guys, and we'll start with Dave on the bottom. Are you buying that Georgia is going to win a national title with Kirby Smart at the helm? Because I'm not. No. I think he'll fuck it up somehow.
He's fucked it up every year he's had it so far. I mean, He's had more offensive talent than he has right now, and he's had defenses that I would say are at about the same level that his current defense is, and he couldn't get it done with a better offense. So I doubt it's going to happen with an offense that's not as good.
Gnome?
But he does have Will Muschamp, and that could be a difference maker.
Fucking special teams.
Gnome?
You know what? I think you can't answer that question because it's each year. If Kirby Smart has an opportunity to win, this year is his year. I don't know if they can, but this year is the year. Their offense.
No scissors with fuck stick.
Their offense. God damn. That did not sound like a robot. That sounded like your wife.
Wow.
Oh, that's some over the top shit. How do you know how my wife sounds there, Gnome?
Well, we've heard Karen.
She's a full foot
Karen on here.
Shit.
Karen has spoken on here.
He is moonwalking like a fucking Michael Jackson on Adderall. Holy shit.
My point is that if the defense,
friends, dude, there's some fight words right there. Jesus Christ!
If the defense is as strong as you say it is, Rob, then why would it not be this year? Because their offense isn't that great, but we all know defenses can win championships.
Yeah, but college football nowadays, though, it's about your offense. That's why Nick Saban's evolved. Nick Saban wanted to win a bunch of games 24-17. What do you think, Andre?
Well, here's the deal. I mean, I kind of agree with Jonathan a little bit because here's the deal. Look at Clemson. They've looked wishy-washy. Alabama, to me, Bryce Young did not look like anything special last week. Ohio State, you see that garbage. Oklahoma almost lost. I mean, hell, the only competition they might have is Oregon. So I mean, he might be right. I mean, you might be able to get by with a piss poor offense because it looks like this year so far nobody's really separated. And if anybody thinks that Alabama did, they didn't watch a game against Florida. Either Florida's really, really good, or Alabama's all right. I'm not going to be biased.
Dan Mullen's a good coach.
So,
now,
said that. I didn't.
Now, Andre did not agree with me because I'm helping him move this weekend. It had nothing to do with me helping him move this weekend.
Hold on. Slow down for a second. What the fuck are you going to help him move? Pillows and books?
I'm still helping him. I don't see any of y'all. I don't see any of y'all helping him move pillows and books. And like Andre has some books.
He didn't invite me. Are you implying that Andre can't read? Let me make sure I understand. In the past 90 seconds, you've made remarks about my wife, and you imply that Andre can't read. We see your ass. We may throw you off a bridge. That shit might happen.
You've been talking about throwing me for like half a year.
I know. We're talking about throwing you to a target. Now it just may be off a bridge. Fuck a target.
We got plenty of bridges out here too, Rob.
Yeah, I was out there, man. I know all about that shit.
What's your opinion on the situation with Georgia?
We know his opinion.
I think Georgia has a championship level defense, probably the best defense I've seen in a long time, and I think that they have the capability to do a lot of good things on that side of the ball. But I believe that if you score 17 points against Georgia, you probably got a decent chance. I mean, I believe that because they're Smart's still sitting in their damn 4-string quarterback to throw passes. Like, let's not develop any of the guys behind him that are 5-star guys. So
not that you win championships by the spread, but like for instance, I think Georgia's giving up 19. I don't trust Georgia's offense to be able to cover that spread. No matter what their defense does, I don't trust Georgia's offense.
Yeah, but who in the nation has actually showed that they can really? I mean, everybody looks pretty damn average so far. Who's really separated offensively this year?
I like Iowa. If you've watched Iowa, that's a team that they're.
You're talking about wrestling?
Have you watched any Iowa games, sir?
No, I'm sorry. I've not watched any Iowa games.
Right, why don't you stick to the second best team in the Sun Belt and watching Ed Orgeron coach his last season and shut your dick sucker? All right, Iowa's a pretty good team. Iowa's a pretty good team.
I watched Iowa State; they look pretty
decent. They don't do anything like absurdly special, but they're tough, and they're not going to go out there and fucking run 3 goddamn centers out there like Clemson did. So, Edwin says he's got you, LB. Let me know if you need me. What does he need you for, Edwin? You gonna fucking share your Metamucil?
Edwin will throw your goddamn ass off a bridge.
I ain't scared of Edwin.
Share his Viagra with him.
Share his Viagra. Just share your Viagra there, Edwin. Edwin gets a hard on it. Pokes Gnome in his head. Holy shit. Mishi, what's up? Welcome to the show. We got problems.
Hi.
So, Dave, I wanted to address you on something right quick. So, we kept on saying, and I've been waiting for tonight. Just been waiting. Remember how you said Chip Kelly's a good coach, and that's why they did what they did against LSU? What say you now, sir, now they lost to Fresno State?
I didn't say that that's the reason that they beat us. I just said that he's a good coach, that he ran the Pac-12 when he was the coach at Oregon. And that a lot of people seem to forget that he ran a good program.
You lost to UCLA.
Thank you,
we did. Sissy Blue. I'm wearing my Sissy Blue shirt. But hey.
But the issue is, look, LSU again. If we watched the game last week,
I'm still unimpressed by LSU.
Look, I had people sitting there. They were bragging about it. Oh, we beat Central Michigan. Whoop de freaking do. We let a guy get loose again with blown coverage 3 weeks in a row. Hey, and you know what's crazy? We have not rushed for over 100 yards in all these games this year. So I got laughed off the damn show almost the first week when I after
LSU is not very
UCLA beat
good.
LSU. Look, I got laughed at when I was told when I said that I'm fearful that LSU might not win an SEC game. If we can't rush for 100 yards as a team, I stand by that, dude. If we lose to Mississippi State, they should leave Coach O in Starkville.
Well,
you could have a ball.
I'll tell you this. Two things.
First off, this talking sound like a monkey fucking a football. It was two talking back and forth.
First off, Boise State needs to look out for Fresno State because I think Fresno State's going to whip their ass.
Hey,
and,
well, isn't it funny though? Like when Coach Orgeron was doing his whole thing back when LSU won the national title, he had a great team. But everything was go Tigers. Everybody's like, that is the cutest, most motivating motherfucker ever. Now it's like, who is this marble mouth bastard? Man, things change so quick when you fucking lose a game like that. Holy shit!
And second of all,
the way they're winning, if you can't rush for 100 yards and you're freaking LSU, that's your bread and freaking butter. And you can't rush for 100 yards as a team? Really? Come on, bro.
This was the best looking team we've put out on the field this year was against Central Michigan.
That's not saying much. Yeah, it's Central Michigan though.
I know who it is, but I mean we played McNeese State the week before. We looked better against Central Michigan. Central Michigan would smoke McNeese State.
No, fuck them. I don't fucking know.
But dude, we've not looked impressive at all. I mean, you cannot rush. Tell me this. Do you think that Central Michigan has a good enough defensive line where they should hold LSU under 100 yards rushing?
Obviously.
I didn't watch the game, but let me and you can correct me.
You don't watch LSU, but you watch Iowa?
I do watch Iowa. Iowa's a better team than LSU. Fucking win some games and I'll start watching you. Don't lose to fucking UCLA. And then I'll start watching your games. But I'm asking a legitimate question here for the people that have no lives and are watching LSU. When they were in that game, did they just game plan away from the run? Is that what happened? They couldn't
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Well, if that's the case, that's a coaching issue then. Then fuck him and fuck him. And by the way, fuck him.
Why would they game plan for that? You know why? Because they know they can't do it. Here's the problem. Max Johnson, when you get against an SEC team, he's not going to be able to sit there and carry it. Dude, he's the only reason why LSU looks pretty decent on offense. But, dude, in the SEC, you have to be able to run the damn ball.
Whoa.
Alabama's going to destroy us this year. Ole Miss is going to destroy us. Hell, A&M, who barely beat Colorado, is going to destroy us.
Jump off the edge, bro. I mean, get away from the edge, Andre. You mean to tell me Max Johnson is the only thing that?
No. Don't tell me that. You're supposed to dominate.
Max Johnson is the only thing that's looked good. I mean, fuck. Butte may be a Heisman candidate. Like, what are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
That's great.
Butte?
The defense looks good. Look, if you're telling me, the defense looks good against Central Michigan, what'd-you-do? You had
I didn't say.
Whoa. Out of position 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row. They've had chunk touchdowns. 3 weeks in a row.
I love this LSU on LSU violence, man. This is great. Two LSU fans fighting each other. It's great.
Kelly's a good coach. You know what? I'll give you that. That's a Power 5 opponent. But you're telling me that you're going to allow two Division II teams to throw chunk touchdowns against you, and we're not going to say, "Well, we just did." No, come on, bro. You got to be a realist. Look, I'm tired of people saying that if you criticize the team, you're not a fan. No, you're not a fan. If you look at that performance, say, you know what? That's okay. That's like a little meme with a dog. Everything's fine here. No, everything's not fine here. And you know what? If they don't do any better against Mississippi State, we'll get embarrassed again.
Hey, Andre, since you're so passionate about this, you think that your offensive, as far as rushing, could have an issue because your best running back on paper. They didn't make him go to fucking class. Maybe that has an issue with it. I don't know.
Wonder.
Maybe that has a little to do with it. I don't know.
But the issue is too the run blocking. You know, Max Johnson is the shining beacon on LSU right now. The receiving core is a shining beacon.
Man, if
Well,
you want
thank you. At least you admitted that. You just said Max Johnson was all we have. Now you're saying we have receivers. Well, thanks for coming around.
You can have great receivers, but if you have a quarterback thrown to, guess what? They're not so great. Ask hell, look at Jarvis Landry and look at Odell Beckham. Their stats were all right in college. They get to the NFL, they blow up. You know, so you can have great receivers.
What do you mean they were all right in college? Didn't they both go for 1,000 yards or pretty damn close to it?
But were they as good as what they were in an NFL? Absolutely not. They were.
Well, that's because you had shit quarterbacks throwing them the ball, Andre.
Yep.
Exactly.
So you can't really hold that against
Odell and Landry.
Landry, I had him on my fantasy team, and he tore his vagina, and he's not playing anymore. Fuck him.
My point is, if you don't have a quarterback to throw to them receivers the ball, it ain't gonna matter how good the receivers are. Max Johnson is the shining beacon on the offense.
I won't be surprised if Odell Beckham Jr. ever catches for more than 500 yards again in the rest of his season, his career. He is hurt all the time, or he gets suspended, or whatever the fuck.
Fuck him in the Russell.
You can type that in. Tell me what Karen says.
The year we had Beckham Jr. and Landry, I would say that was probably the top receiver duo in the SEC.
What? I'm sorry?
I would say that the year we had Beckham Jr. and Landry, that was probably the top wide receiver duo in the SEC that year.
But you probably had a rated quarterback, though. That's the problem. You had great receivers, but your quarterback was a shithole.
But even with a shit quarterback, they were still the best wide receiver tandem in the SEC that year. Their abilities were that good that they made their quarterback look better than he was.
All right, so Andre, do you think
LSU's teams overcame Les Miles? The talent overcame Les Miles. It was nothing to do with the coach. He was trash.
A lot of people say that, but Les Miles averaged 9-10 wins a season and didn't fall off the rails until like the last 2 or 3 years. The guy competed in 2 national championships, and people can say that he did it off of Nick Saban, but by the time he got to his first championship, he had been the coach for 4 years. And even if Saban recruited the seniors, he didn't coach them. That was Les Miles. So people can get off of Nick Saban's dick with that shit. Les Miles was a better coach than people give him credit for. His problem was he didn't evolve. He didn't bring in somebody to help him with the offense, and he needed to do that. In the last 2-3 years, that was when it really fell apart for Les. But in 07, he won a championship. In 11, he competed for another. What are you complaining about?
We'll get you a Les Miles.
Are you Georgia, where you didn't play for one at all? No, you played for 2.
And Les Miles didn't call UCLA sissy blue.
The reason I brought up Les Miles is I'm going to circle it back to Kirby Smart. If Kirby Smart wins a national championship, it's because of talent on the field and not because of his damn coaching. It can be done, and especially this year because nobody really looks like they're standing head and shoulders over everyone else. And if Bama fans want to come at me, do it. I don't care. I am not impressed. I know Mishi was talking about Bryce Young, and I thought she was talking about, like, wow, he really doesn't. I mean, he doesn't look like he's it. Like, right,
he plays like he has a yeast infection.
Plays scared.
Like he plays like he has a yeast infection. Doesn't want to take too many steps to the left or to the right. Might have to might make a loaf of bread. I don't know.
I think that's coaching.
What, the coaches are supposed to give him some goddamn diflucan? I don't know what the fuck.
The coach should tell him to go left or right.
No.
Hold on, you mean Bill O'Brien?
Don't fucking start with Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien is a cunt.
Ridiculous.
He is a cunt. So,
isn't he the offensive coordinator though?
Yeah. But look, that fucking idiot, he fucking traded away goddamn Nuke Hopkins for Dave Johnson and a bag of footballs. And look at Nuke Hopkins now. He's damn out there, the best receiver in the NFL with and he's playing with a damn 5'5" quarterback, best receiver in the NFL. We'll just trade him away for nothing. You wonder why Deshaun Watson was trying to get hand jobs from fucking masseuse. That's why he didn't have anybody to throw the ball to. I blame Bill O'Brien for that.
Well, if Alabama loses, we can blame Bill O'Brien for that too.
You know what? And since I've got you here, Andre, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. When Georgia loses this year, I've taken so much shit from Georgia fans. I'm just gonna have a laugh track. So when we have that show, or even on the Rob and Kale show, I'm just gonna have a laugh track, and I think I've already got it. Hold on, I'll play it for you right now.
Just play it in the background the whole time.
No, I'm just literally anytime a Georgia fan says something in the chat room that we beat Clemson. Hold on, I've got it. As soon as my fucking thing will load here, I've actually got it already ready to go. And come on. Where in the hell is it? God damn it.
You can't blame it on your fucking. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it, Nishi. It's what? You pick and choose when you want to blame it on your players, Bama built, or you pick and choose when you want to blame it on your coaches. Just pick one. Either your players suck or your coaches suck. One or the other. It can't be both all the time.
Yeah, is she a Kentucky fan now? I thought that's the way that it was.
No, I think she's an Iowa fan now. After she watched the show.
I mean, if you're a Gamecocks fan, your players suck and your coaches suck, so it can happen all the time.
Oh, the Gamecocks are going to go undefeated this year, even though they lost the game.
They've already lost the game. I don't know how that's going to happen. Yeah, their fans are fucking priceless right now. Holy shit, they're fucking losing their mind. Oh my god.
They play Kentucky this weekend, right?
Yeah, they're
that's a shit show I can't wait to watch.
Yes, I agree.
Here's my laugh track for the Georgia fans.
Did you type that in?
No, that's the guy. He laughs so hard that he dies. That's my laugh track for the Georgia fans. Listen to the end. Dead. Yeah. Very good, Delta 900. That is from the Princess Bride. Very good, sir. Very good. Inconceivable. All right, Andre, do you have anything else for the show? Oh, do you think that Lafayette would beat LSU this year?
Maybe.
No.
You just shit on LSU forever, and now it's like, Lafayette can't beat him.
No. I don't think that would stop them from scoring, but I think Max Johnson he's made much better. They wouldn't stop him from scoring. ULL would probably score like 28 points.
So
if Lafayette beat them, it would be this.
So UL has never scored a touchdown on LSU in the history of those playing.
They would score now.
So that's more of the question. Would they score a touchdown? And yes.
Andre,
come on, dude.
Andre, let me ask you something. If LSU loses a game, like you guys made me an admin in the group, even though I didn't want to be an admin. I just wanted my post to go through without post approval because Facebook sucks an asshole. If LSU loses a game, you're going to have to take my admin rights away from me because I'm going to change the damn cover photo to whoever the hell beats LSU. Literally, especially if it's a team like Mississippi State this weekend, we would have a fucking cowbell as our damn cover photo, and people would have a stroke.
No, you don't just do a cowbell. You do Will Ferrell.
Every week.
That's what you should do. The team that gets embarrassed the most, and I don't give a shit whatever team it is. Just change the cover photo to the score of that game with people laughing at them. Now, that's what we should do. That would be funny as fuck.
Oh, we should.
Wait. All right.
So the first week it would have been LSU. The second week it would have been Texas.
Wait. But we're not just talking about people just that are talking here. I mean, we're talking about CSF, period.
What are you talking about, Noam? Are you
Like,
drunk?
it's not just if Clemson or LSU gets embarrassed. We're talking about whoever.
Dude, I would troll everybody. That's the
Lottie-dottie, everybody.
fucking D-Hack Wilson thinks all you do is post about LSU. You simple bastard. I post shit about everyone. I rip every fucking body.
Like, for instance, if Georgia were to lose, then that motherfucker's gone up.
Edwin's got a good point there. Maybe we'll have an NC State pick as a group photo next week. If you want to bet on that, sir, let me know. Okay, that's fine. We'll go with that. But that's the kind of savagery we need in this group. I demand more savagery.
We should have put West Virginia up there.
Oh yeah, well that's fine. I mean, I don't know if that's that embarrassing or not, but I mean, if you're a team like who was the team that like Clemson should have been up last week for the fucking Georgia Tech debacle. Georgia Tech is a shithole. And Clemson was favored by 28 points. If you're favored by 28 and you win by 6, you're
no. This has nothing to do with the spread. This has nothing to do with the spread.
Look, I was disappointed in them because Georgia Tech had an opportunity to win that game. So there you go.
But I think that's the way it's going for a lot of teams this season. It's not just Clemson. It's not just LSU. I mean, Bama didn't look so great against Florida. I mean, Ohio State lost to Oregon.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of teams are not where they thought they would be right now.
But that's not an embarrassing loss, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's because of the Delta
We've been
variant.
making fun of the Pac-12 for a while, and for the Pac-12, for a Pac-12 team to knock off Ohio State, who's been running the Big Ten, that's a big deal.
They were a top 12 team, man. They were a top 12 team. I mean, losing to a top 12 team is not like a fucking shithole loss. I'm not buying that.
I know who would have got it for last week. Jacksonville State.
Wait, what?
I mean, Florida State.
Florida State, yeah, they lost, yeah.
Yeah. Edwin says I may get it. I think Edwin just likes NC State. That's all right, Edwin. We can get you an NC State tube top with bedazzles on it.
Again, I think the problem is I don't think NC State's playing Clemson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clemson's not covering that spread. And I think that's where Edwin's going.
I think Clemson will be fine.
Clemson's not that they might win, but they're not going to cover that spread.
I think Clemson will be fine. I think
What's
people
the spread?
written Clemson. It's 10 points.
They can cover that. That's not outlandish.
I think Clemson's going to be fine. I think everybody's the public's lining up to fucking go to NC State. And if you look at NC State, they are not that good.
Dude, whatever. I mean,
I don't think any team
Clemson hasn't shown me shit.
There's a lot of teams that haven't shown anyone shit this year.
Before anybody played a football game, I think the natural assumption was that Alabama probably had the best chance of winning it all. But if you watch the last Alabama football game, you probably don't think, they could win it all. The thought's more like they could get beaten.
Well, we're a quarter of the way through the season, so
after this week,
not
You there, Dave?
Yeah, we're a quarter of the way through the season, so.
Oh yeah, we are. You're right.
Who you think is the favorite, Dave? If it's not Alabama now.
I don't
Alabama sucks dick.
I don't even want to pick 4 teams to make the playoff. That's why I'm. Because
you know what? I'll have a sack. I'll pick 4 teams for you. Here we go. I'll take Oregon. I'll take Alabama. I'll take Iowa, and my 4th one might be fucking Clemson. There you go. I hung my balls out there. There's 4 teams. You can make arguments for or against all 4 of them, but I'll take those.
Homer.
It's not a homer thing. The rest of Clemson's schedule, if you look at it, is hot dog water. They can roll right through that with no offense and have the defense win all those damn games for them. win the ACC championship, and they're sitting there at 11-1. Excuse me, 12-1. You have a loss to a top 5 team at a neutral site where they didn't score a touchdown. Why are we not in the playoffs?
You're in the playoffs.
Because they lose to Wake Forest.
They're not losing to fucking Wake Forest. Get out of
If
here.
they struggle the rest of the year, I don't see them making the playoffs.
I think they'll make the playoffs. I really do.
If they barely scrape by, I don't see it.
Look, everybody else is going to knock everybody else off. Look, you just got to look at the rest of the board.
ACC championship, then.
I don't know. Look, Edwin's right. If they lost to UGA, I thought it would be that way, but I revised my opinion. I think if they can roll through, I don't think they should be. I don't think they're an actual playoff team, but I think that their resume would put them there. And then I think they would get blown the fuck out in the playoffs.
On two occasions, Rob said whoever loses that game, we're talking about Georgia Clemson, is going to lose another game.
Look, nobody else wants to put out there, hey, I put my 4 out there, and I put Clemson there simply because their schedule shit. You can take Clemson out. It's not about me being a homer. Who do you want to go in there?
Is there any game on the Clemson schedule you think that could be a problem?
Nope.
Boston College?
Regular season. Boston College lost their starting quarterback. Clemson will roll them.
What if Georgia loses a very, very close game to Alabama, or vice versa? Bama loses a close game to Georgia in the SEC championship game.
Then you can put both Alabama and Georgia in there. It's not me being a homer thing. Okay, let's make sure we have that out there.
Schedule and the strength of schedule, and if they struggle more, man, I don't see them even getting the chance to be in the playoffs.
I just think that I think with the college football playoff committee, I think if it comes down to it, they're going to look at it from a perspective of it's going to be hard to explain why a conference champion doesn't get into the playoffs over a non-conference champion.
Old news.
Edwin says if the SEC championship game loser ends up 11-1, is Clemson getting in? It depends on the rest of the country. If Oregon drops some games, yeah, I think so. I mean, I really do. Yeah, Iowa may drop a game or two.
We see, and that's the thing. If Ohio State wins out, that means Iowa's out. If Ohio State wins out, and if their only losses to Oregon, and then you do end up with a situation where you got like an 11-1 Georgia or 12-0 Alabama. Like, look, I think Clemson's left out.
You can plug whoever you want into the mix there. I don't think it's good for college football to have 2 teams from one conference. I just don't think that's good for college football. Well, it doesn't really help the game. Huh?
Be better.
What'd you say? What would be better is to include other conference champions. No, I don't buy all that. You're telling me that you're going to put a 1-loss SEC champion in over a Pac-12 team that's 12-0?
No.
But no. So, all right. So under your logic, we'll have Georgia and Alabama in, but we're going to tell a 12-0 Iowa team or a 12-0 Oregon team, go fuck yourself.
No. That's not the point.
That's the thing, though. You don't know if they're the best teams. You're basing it on the fact that the SEC has this, that, and everything else. In reality, that doesn't matter. Win your conference and then you can get in.
So let's say
if you aren't good enough to win your conference, then fuck off.
Let's say Clemson wins the SEC championship, right? And Bama loses by, let's say, 3 points to Georgia. Do you think that Clemson needs to be in over Alabama?
I think conference championship should come first.
Again, I agree.
And look at the strength of schedule as well too, because if your conference,
if you have a 12-0 Big 12 member, a 12-0 Pac-12 member, a 12-0 Big 10 member, then the SEC championship game, you get one guy. That's it.
But you're changing the subject.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I'm sticking by what I said. Win your conference.
If you have that many undefeated conference champions, of course they're going to get in. But we're talking about.
Andre was saying that they should go regardless. That's what I'm rallying
that's not what he said.
Four best teams. Period.
Yeah, but the 4 best teams, you're going to tell 3 undefeated teams that Georgia's better than they are if they
No.
lose a
We're
game?
going to penalize
No, that's
the team,
bullshit.
the team because they lost to one of the best team in the country, and they're one of
All
the
right,
best
so
teams as well.
So if Oregon goes to their schedule 12-0 and they went to Ohio State and won, fuck you. Georgia lost a game to Alabama. We're going to put Georgia in. Go fuck yourself, Oregon. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
If Georgia is the better team, but I mean the thing
You
is,
No.
don't. They're the better
Georgia,
team, though.
I'm talking about
They don't get to.
for example, I was talking about Clemson.
Yeah, no,
If they win
we'll
the
pull
ACC
Clemson out of the mix.
and they
Look,
struggle the rest
Clemson
of the
could
way,
lose 3 games, man. I'm just saying, that you're right. If they struggle, then they don't have a leg to stand on. But I'm talking about with the rest of the teams around the country. I don't think it's best for college football to not put your conference championships out there first, and those teams should go before a team that doesn't even doesn't even win their conference. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
There's a very, very gray area there, though.
the Big 12.
Huh?
You know, I can see the Pac-12. I can see the Pac-12 because they have ranked teams out there. I get it, but like if you're in like the ACC or the Big 12 and you win your conference and it's not a strong conference, how is it fair to sit there and say, well, you won that weaker conference, but yet you got a team that barely lost in a championship game that was undefeated prior and a stronger conference who's you've beaten more ranked opponents in that conference as well that you can't make it. The only way I see that being a fair thing to do is go to 8 teams. You know, if it's 4
we'll
teams,
have a
it's
chance
top
to do
4
all
teams,
that.
period.
Hey.
We'll have a chance for all that.
Hey, question, because I don't remember. Because I want to answer Shelby 321. Didn't Georgia make it to the national title playing against Alabama after losing their SEC championship game?
No. If I remember correctly,
No.
in that season, Alabama didn't win the division. If I remember correctly, I'd have to go back and look at that. That was the year. I don't think Alabama played in the championship game that year. Let me look.
Alabama beat Georgia in the national championship game.
Playoff for Bama and Georgia played in the national championship.
That was in what, 2017? I think is what it was. 2017. I'm checking it out right now, but
pretty good game too.
Don't tell me Georgia has to win the SEC championship to get in. Like that. Don't say that.
Yeah, here's in that season when they won, Georgia won the SEC in 2017. Here's the problem that I have with that. They beat Auburn in the SEC championship game, but Alabama made the playoff and they didn't even win their fucking division.
Oh no, it's bullshit.
Okay?
That's happened. It's happened a couple times when LSU
I know, but
Alabama
do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're a good team, win your motherfucking division.
Yes.
That's the whole point with all of that.
That I can buy in on.
How can you be in the fucking national championship playoff thing, man?
Over somebody that you didn't even win your division. We're not even talking about conference. We're talking about division.
Yeah, they didn't win their division.
You couldn't make your conference championship game. But
and Alabama won the national title that year, but they shouldn't have been fucking playing for it. Let's just be honest. They should have been playing for it.
Okay, they should have been playing for the one where they beat LSU.
2011.
That logic.
I agree with you. We're on the same boat here. They should. If you can't win your division, you don't deserve to be in the fucking playoffs.
But they showed it.
Sure.
The only way that flies though is if the champions get in, then you gotta go to 8 teams. You gotta go to
but you're not gonna do it this year. And by the way, this is just for my own personal amusement. Look, Clemson can go fucking 4-8. All right, and I'll be fine with the season if Georgia can go to the SEC championship game and they lose by 1 point to Alabama, and the college football playoff looks at them and says, "You know what? Sorry, we're going to take the 12-0 Oregon team, and the 12-0 Iowa team, and the 12-0 Oklahoma team, and you can go fuck yourself." That would be a perfect season for me, because fuck them and their fans.
I'll tell you, it'd be perfect if Arkansas beats Alabama, wins the West, and Arkansas beats them in the SEC championship game.
Oh, that would be even better. But Arkansas beats them by like a point, like 2 points or whatever. Yeah. And then fuck me in the face.
No. Here's what gets better: if Arkansas beats them because they get a safety on them.
Yeah, that would be even better. Fuck Georgia.
2-0.
2-0. That would be some shit. All right, Andre. Anything else, brother?
That's it, man. Roll Tide off a cliff.
Bye, Andre. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905.
Guys,
Like to join the show. Mishi is drunk in the comment section. Thanks, Mishi.
I've been looking for this
You'll be
beer.
drunk to watch this show.
I've been looking for this beer for a while, and
Killian's
I
Red.
just never carried at my local grocery stores, and I found it the other day. Killian's Red is some great shit.
Piss water.
Killian's Red? What the fuck?
The computer makes its own decisions here. We need to name the computer, by the way. And figure out a nice name for the
I
computer.
thought we named it already.
We're not naming the computer after my wife, you whore.
You can name it after my wife. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not doing that shit.
He could name it after your wife, and then he would be able to come on the show every week and talk about how he finger banged your wife.
Oh my god. Jesus. We've had over the top comments about wives.
Yeah.
We're all friends here. My motherfucking god.
Oh, I really just tapped her keys.
Wow.
I'm not married.
I'll
talk about both of your wives.
Name it that bitch. That's pretty good. Yeah, that could have. Oh, that's actually funny. That's actually really funny. Name it that bitch.
So,
My name is that bitch.
so it looks like,
But is she 100% that bitch?
hey, what does that bitch think about the White Sox?
The White Sox probably aren't going to win the pennant this year.
Oh, Dave, I was talking to the keyboard, not you.
Fuck your face, Dave.
What?
Fuck your face, Dave.
The White Sox were winning the division. What the hell's happened to them?
They're still winning their division.
Oh, okay.
No, that was what I was just gonna kind of roll into a little bit of baseball as we kind of wind down. We got about 13 games left.
It's close.
I don't want to.
Well, is it close? I mean, the White Sox got it. They've already clinched. What you think, Rob? It's
I told you I didn't want to talk about baseball. I was
the
listening
Braves.
about it, but I don't
The
want to.
Braves went on like they got so hot, and then it's kind of been like,
He's a shitty listener, Dave.
so we don't want to talk about baseball.
I said I don't want to talk about baseball. Andre's right. It's college fucking football season, brother.
God damn, fuck you, Andre. Oh yeah, but if we were talking about the Astros, it'd be all good.
Cheaters.
The Astros too. I'm just saying they're fucking cheaters. But no, I you don't listen to shit, dude. I just said I don't want to talk about baseball, and you can talk about baseball, but don't expect me to pay attention.
I'm sorry, I'm just listening to my dog fucking chew mail right here. So,
You should feed that dog.
yeah, okay.
You starving your dog?
I'm pretty sure the Stankies aren't going to win it either. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the standings right
I
now.
don't think the Stankies are gonna make it. I kind of skimmed through the AF. I kind of skimmed through the AL and looked
The
more
Yankees
closely.
are 8 games back, and they're 2 games from being eliminated from the division. Tampa Bay is beating that ass. Let's
The
see
wild card.
the wild card standings. Let's see here. The Braves, like if it were the crazy thing is that if the Braves lose the division, there is no fucking wild card.
Well, they're like 2 games. I think yesterday they were 2 games out of the wild card. If
in theory they would be, but no, the Yankees currently have a half game lead on Toronto in the wild card. So go Blue Jays.
Go Blue Jays. Go Canada.
Is Clemson going to score more than 20 this week? Edwin, don't worry about it, sir. Clemson's going to be fine. Clemson's going to be fine.
So
let me give you the narrative. When Clemson comes out this week and they roll up, I don't know, 35, 40 points against NC State, then all the SEC dick suckers will be like, well, it's against an ACC team. Blah, 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 blah. It's the same shit over and over and over again. Don't worry about Clemson. They're going to be fine.
So who's Ukulele's backup?
His name is Tyson Fomachu. Evan wants to know if You Suck is going to give Kentucky a game.
No.
I think I picked Kentucky to win that game and cover the spread. But fuck Kentucky in general because...
Isn't the spread 1?
No, you dumb bastard. The spread is 6.
Okay, yeah, I still cover. Like way, like more than cover.
So anyway.
Kentucky's going to beat that ass.
I think Kentucky wins. We haven't talked about LSU and Mississippi State. Remember last year? They threw for like 623 yards and 5 touchdowns with a quarterback that nobody's ever fucking heard of and hasn't been heard from since.
Oh, we're still talking about LSU? The fans don't like this.
We didn't talk about the actual game with LSU though, who they're playing Mississippi State. You think you guys are going to win that game or not?
I hate 11:30 games with a
I
passion.
think LSU will win on Saturday.
In Starkville, down there with those fucking
In
heathens?
Stark Vegas.
Yeah. I went down there and covered a baseball game one time, and it was country as hell. But when I got out of there, I was worried that luckily I wasn't wearing like other team colors or whatever. I mean, I was dressed in my covering clothes, but it was like man, you're looking around, it's like the fuck. Thought some people might barbecue my ass.
I'm very I'm very concerned about this game. But it's gonna right now, if I say I'm very concerned about this game, does that mean I'm a bandwagoner or am I supposed to just jump out and say we're gonna smoke that ass? I'm very concerned about this game.
Look, I think that even the casual outsider is saying that this game it's big for both coaches. I kind of believe that.
But who's it bigger for? Because I believe it's much bigger for O.
Well, yeah, he's coaching for his job. Let's just be honest. And Leach is down there trying to make a statement that his offense can work in the SEC. So I think it's big for both.
And that's why this LSU defense needs to finally step up. Because you know what? I'm not Andre. I'm not going to sit here and be...
Right back. I got to go let my dogs in.
We really need to be able to run the ball. Yes, I agree. There's going to be times where we really need to be able to run the ball. But we've seen teams that just fucking air it out and smoke you. What we need to know and make sure of is that when the time comes where we know we can't run the ball, we start airing the fucking shit out. Now, I truly believe after watching Central Michigan and LSU that we have that capability. Now, you still want to go try to run the ball. You don't want to just be a one-trick pony. But I think we can pass them to death. But we're going to need some defensive help. What say you, Dave?
Defense for sure. Defense is what's going to help LSU get over the hump. And they better learn and figure it out quick. So I don't know what all goes into their defensive schemes, how they decide they're going to play what scheme against which package. But all I know is that scheme-wise, on defense, LSU has not looked good. Blown coverages every week. Can't play like that.
Andre, when we won the national title in 2019, we were not war beaters in the rushing attack. We did what we needed to do to keep defenses honest, but we were not war beaters. We weren't rushing for 200 and 300 yards a fucking game. Hilaire might get 100, a little bit over 100. It was that fucking screen game that really killed.
Remember what Evan was actually spitting out some good stats earlier that
about all these teams.
Yeah, I mean, getting 100 yards may not be the big thing now.
You just need to show. You just need to keep them honest.
It's really, we're talking about 100-yard rushing gains and all that stuff, but in the NFL, if you had to name the top 3 running backs currently, who would you pick?
Well,
McCaffrey,
Kamara. But
yeah, Alvin Kamara would be up there.
We're naming running backs, both of them, that are heavy in the passing attack.
Dalvin Cook, right?
Well, you could say Dalvin Cook. I mean,
So Dalvin, Christian, and
Jonathan
possibly
Taylor,
somebody like Kamara, right? You know what most of those guys, you know what all 3 of those guys rarely do? Rush for 100 yards. But combined yards from scrimmage, they'll get you 150. It's just what the game's evolved to.
And that's what. Now, you see what Andre's.
The problem with LSU is LSU does not have that kind of back on its roster right now.
Right.
The top 3 rushers in the NFL right now are Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, and Lamar Jackson. Dalvin Cook is 4th, and Nick Chubb is 5th.
Lamar Jackson?
But that's rushing yards. If you were to do yards from scrimmage, what would that list look like?
I'm working it out right now.
See, what Andre's problem is, Andre's spoiled to the fact where LSU had that 3-headed monster, and where you could actually see 3 running backs rush for 100 or close to 100 yards a game. We just don't have that right now. We don't. So, I mean, we're going to have to live with it and hope that we can fucking beat people in the air.
I'm trying to figure out. Look, I'm trying to find the actual for this season because what Dave is saying makes sense. Total yards for this season.
But I mean, with 2 games in, so I mean,
yards from scrimmage stats for 2021. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Christian McCaffrey leads the way with 324 yards. Derrick Henry is 2nd with 314. Number 3 on the list is Deebo Samuel from San Francisco with 290 yards. Imagine that. Then Tyler Lockett, Cooper Kupp, Dalvin Cook, and you work your way down from there.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp from LA.
Yeah, I know.
Edwin says, bring Miles back. What is Charlie talking about? What happened to KC Sunday to cost them the game? Are you really? Who the fuck is your team, Chucky? I don't even know who his NFL team is.
It depends which Alabama player is playing at the moment. And speaking of, Chucky, I want to ask you this. You can go ahead and answer right there. You don't have to call. Because your supposed favorite team, the New Orleans Saints, have gone over to the Patriots on Sunday. And I wonder what you think about the Patriots starting quarterback versus the Saints. You know, how's that going to work out? You're still going to be pulling for the Saints? Because if you're pulling
against each other.
If you're pulling for the Patriots, don't ever fucking talk to me about being a Saints fan ever again. Okay. Thank you, Charlie Bird.
2 shitholes playing each other.
How's that work out for Green Bay, those shitholes?
Oh, we were a shithole too. I don't have any problem in that. We're going to be fucking terrible this year.
It's fucking.
We fucking play well against Detroit. Everybody's like, yay, Green Bay's back. I'm like, it's fucking Detroit.
Yeah, but it's fucking amazing. It is fucking amazing how the Saints did what they did to Green Bay and then came the next week and played Carolina. And, well, we don't have to talk about it.
Well, the Panthers' defense is really pretty good, so they're one of the better defenses in the country. In the
the Saints allowed 3 points to the Packers, and then they made the Panthers' offense look like they were war beaters.
The Packers, though, were I think they were a shithole.
You know, that's the beauty of the NFL. Is a bad week doesn't cost you. I've always said that about watching the NFL, though. You know, if you lose that one big game in college football, you could kind of just like, there's our fucking season. If you have title hopes, NFL is great. You can have that bad week and move on because your 10-6 season, 11-5 season is still going to work.
Look, I don't think the Packers. I mean, I hope they play well, and but they don't really impress me, man. The way they went out there and just looked against New Orleans was just fucking terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, but then they bounced back and they looked solid against a team they should look solid against.
It's the fucking Lions, dude.
I know.
Lions are a shithole.
They look solid. They look solid for the second half.
Carolina. Joe Brady in Carolina. Yeah, he's running the defense there. There you go.
My turn. Wow, that's awesome, Nemo. That looks great.
Bills Delta 900 says the Bills defense looked great. Yeah. I don't know.
So, what are interesting games for the weekend?
Arkansas, Texas A&M.
I actually like Arkansas.
Really?
Maybe not to win, but to cover, because I think that A&M's like a 5.5 point favorite. But I think Arkansas could cover that, if not win it. And I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah. What were the other games that were interesting? Boston College at Mizzou. That might be interesting.
I got Boston College in that. No, Mizzou, because Boston College lost their quarterback.
Yeah, I like that one. Who were the other games that were interesting this weekend? Florida State and Louisville.
Louisville. But that's like the toilet bowl mid-season. Not who gives a shit.
Yeah. I think there's any other real, Clemson, NC State, South Carolina, Kentucky, LSU, and Mississippi State.
What's Kentucky favored by in that South Carolina game?
I think it's down to 3 now. It started at 6.
Is it 3?
So how does that work, Rob? Once we make our pick'em, because I'm not a bettor like that. Once you make your pick'em, does the line hold or the pick'em keeps changing?
We use the opening line because whatever the opening line is, it doesn't change. So, now you can go back and resubmit your picks up until noon, and then it closes. So,
but it doesn't matter. It's still going to be the same spread. Yeah,
it's going to be the same spread.
I submitted my picks. Not that I'm doing very well. I missed a week. I only got 4 right last week. I'm probably at the bottom of the list. I'm not even looking at the standings.
Let me give you some of the other games here. Let me go over those before we.
I made my picks too, so I think I remember them.
All right, here we go. I'll give you the rundown. We've already done Mizzou at BC, Georgia at Vanderbilt.
Georgia, but I don't think Georgia covers.
I don't think Georgia covers.
31. Notre Dame and Wisconsin at Soldier Field.
Wisconsin's
a 3-point favorite.
I'm pretty sure I picked Wisconsin.
We did Texas A&M and Arkansas.
I think Arkansas gets it.
Tennessee at Florida. Florida is a 17-point favorite at home.
They don't cover.
Tennessee.
They should cover.
I don't know.
Fuck Tennessee.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. They're not going to cover. Florida is not going to cover.
Virginia at Oklahoma.
I don't think.
The line is in that game is 19.5.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
I know West Virginia has to go all across the country, but I can't see. I don't see Oklahoma beating West Virginia by 19.5.
That's a lot of fucking points.
Other
games are picking Rutgers at Michigan.
I'll take Michigan in the points.
No. I think that's too much of a spread.
I'm still going to take Michigan.
I'm taking Rutgers.
Rutgers, like 2 defensive backs aren't playing because they decided to play with a paintball gun, right?
A paintball gun?
Yeah. I don't think they give them real guns. Once you go north of the Mason-Dixon line, you get a paintball gun.
But paintball guns are fun.
It's probably what happens. But Rutgers is a 19-point dog there. I think that they will get smoked.
I think Michigan's gonna obliterate Rutgers.
I'm not changing any of my
Kansas
picks.
at Duke. What a shithole game that is. Kansas at Duke.
Well, isn't that the
I
Cal?
think Duke.
Isn't that the Cal Hall pick? Whatever challenge.
The special.
Yeah, special. I picked Duke also.
I'm sure you did pick Duke.
Of course you did. All right. Anybody else going to call us this evening? 803-470-2905. Anybody want to pick the LSU Mississippi State game?
LSU.
I got LSU winning by 3 points.
What is the spread on that?
3.5.
I'm gonna say LSU does cover. They win the game.
803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. If you want to join us here on the program. But I don't know, man.
By the way, Missouri looks pretty decent.
I lost to Kentucky.
They still look pretty decent. And on that note, Kentucky looks decent.
Kentucky's got, they think they have a quarterback now. Some guy that follows my show, my other show that I do, said that
Which one?
look at this shit. That follows the Rob and Kale show. Says he thinks that Kentucky's going 11-1.
No.
Is his name Wesley Gaines?
No, his name is Bluegrass Sports Media. He covers them or something. He thinks they're going 11-1.
No.
I've seen them around somewhere.
He's a cunt.
11-1.
Nishi said
Whatever
they
he's smoking, I want it for my penis.
That's that bluegrass, bro.
Wait, what?
See how I seamlessly worked that in there?
I know, right?
No,
I would have probably got away with it if you hadn't lost your shit.
No, yeah, because if y'all haven't those new viewers, like they haven't got to hear us talk about Dave's penis.
Right.
Wait,
We
what?
love to talk about average Dave's penis.
Wait,
Right.
what?
Oh,
Funniest
the
thing
bitch
ever.
knows. The bitch knows all about Dave's penis.
No. No.
No.
That's some funny shit right there.
Just in the off chance.
Dave's
Just in the
penis.
off chance my girlfriend ever does
I like Dave's
watch any
penis.
of this, we will not be talking about how
I
other
like Dave's
bitches
penis.
know my penis.
I like Dave's penis.
I'm sure you do.
So you see, here's the problem, Dave. Do you not want your girlfriend to watch the show?
My girlfriend could give a shit about this show.
Well, I mean,
You know what my girlfriend views this show as? Her chance to get me out of the bedroom for one night a week. So I get the bed to myself on Wednesday nights.
I got nothing on that one.
Poor Dave.
Chucky
Well-
says he likes LSU over State. That would be a bluegrass miracle. I don't know. I'm not buying Kentucky either.
There's only one bluegrass miracle. Devery Henderson.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what Andre was referencing. Yeah, that was great. But
She
that's
wants to meet
that's
your girlfriend. Does she want a date or something? I don't know. What? How's that going to work?
Dave's girlfriend would be jealous of that bitch. Yeah, why? Because she talks like a robot. Like,
My girlfriend is jealous of no woman.
what they all say. Anyways,
Fuck
The
off,
blue-
Andre.
the Bluegrass Miracle was back in the day where that game was exciting. Now, because of spoiled fans like Andre, if we were to beat Kentucky by the Bluegrass Miracle, we'd be bitching and trying to fire the coach.
I seem to recall Les Miles saving his job by beating the Aggies in the final game of the season.
Oh, yeah. We beat him somewhat handily. And yes, he did save his job. And yes, there were
only to get fired like 3 games later.
In the next season, yes.
Right.
And here we are now with
we'll put a real good game plan together. Watch the game tape. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
For the record, I am not calling for O's head. I'm just calling for change. That's all. I'm just calling for change.
I just want to see the team play defense.
What are you talking about then? I mean, not calling for his head, but you're calling for change. What do you want him to change?
I don't know.
From last year.
I'm critical of LSU, Andre. I've said all season, not impressed. Not impressed. So,
if according to our fearless freaking host here, if you're not impressed, would you not expect change?
No, like I said, I expect to see the team play defense like I'm used to seeing the team play defense, which they aren't doing right now, which they haven't done since the national championship year.
Rob, I'm pretty sure there's some things you would like to see different right now about the Clemson team.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really. I'm so frustrated with them that you guys don't follow the Clemson beat, but Clemson had the guy that was supposed to be ETN's replacement transfer this week. They lost one of their best defensive tackles to a pec injury. Dabo Swinney is whining on the sideline, whining to the press. They have won by 6 points over a shit Georgia Tech team. They're not very good right now.
I mean,
I'm just saying, and I'm not like there are a lot of people that are like, oh, but I don't think that I don't want Dabo Swinney to lose his job, but I want what I would like is that but look, Coach Bobby Caldwell has been coaching the offensive line forever. I think that I looked this up the other day. Clemson has 4 offensive linemen right now that are in the NFL. Okay. LSU has, I think it's 9. Alabama has 11. Georgia has 8. Now, the reason that I'm giving you those stats is that those teams consistently win a lot of games, and they consistently put offensive linemen in the NFL. So Clemson had this thing where we're going to have smaller linemen that are faster, and we're going to run tempo. That's how we're going to, do things. We're going to try to, have guys that in the fourth quarter, it's like the way Arkansas used to play basketball when they had Nolan Richardson. Mm-hmm. We're going to try to, run 100 plays on offense. That's the Clemson mentality on offense. Clemson needs to go and they need to recruit more offensive linemen that are more highly touted and get away from this idea of having big guys that are athletes. No, I want some fucking road maulers. I want my left tackle to be a motherfucker that would hit somebody.
But didn't they just get that big offensive? Was he a guard or a tackle in this recruiting class?
He's a tackle, and he's playing. He's up there playing with Burrow at Cincinnati. But you know what? He was.
No, I'm talking about. He's on your team right now. He would have been a recruit that was in this incoming class.
And it's incoming class. I have to look. So, but they're not. They don't recruit giant motherfuckers, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And they have the recruiting clout to do that, but they're going to have to change some of the way that they do things. Even like, Clemson has Travis Etienne wasn't a guy that was going to run between the tackles. You know what I'm saying? So there's like so many. Mike says, but where can they really recruit from? Sir, they can recruit from wherever. They pulled Trevor Lawrence out of Georgia. Deshaun Watson was out of Georgia. They pulled damn. I mean, we can go up and down the line. Clemson has tons of talent that can play anywhere in the SEC. If you don't think they have talent, ask Alabama what they did to them. They beat the fuck out of them last time they played.
Honestly,
Clemson can't get players.
After watching 2 to 3 seasons of APN, the SEC was wishing or wondering what the fuck, why the fuck is he playing at Clemson?
I think there's two ways to go with this. Either A, you can get bigger offensive linemen and try to work from that route, or you can get more creative is on the front of calling different plays and stuff like that. The offense is just too predictable. So, and Clemson, by the way, they've had some guys. The guy that's I can't remember his name, but he was like the second pick in the second round of the draft this year. They've had some guys that have done it. Mitch Hyatt was a guy that got drafted in the 4th round. So, I mean, they've had guys that are there. It's just that I don't think they have anybody. I think the way they coach them, even if they get big guys, is that they're just faster instead of just maulers, So there's that. So, but my thing is it can't be fixed overnight. That's why I'm not sitting here saying, this person should go, that person should go. I just think that they've got to change their mentality on the offensive line to the way that they are on the defensive line, where they've got fucking road maulers there. Brian Brzee, stuff like that.
Yeah, but in your 2021 recruiting class, you had 5-star tackle Tristan Lay, who's 6'6", 315. That's a pretty big guy.
That's a pretty big guy, but he hasn't filled out either. That's why he's not on the field. He gets blown off the ball. They had him in the spring game, and he got knocked on his dick like 4 straight plays. So, I'm just being honest with you. Look, I mean, he's a guy that everybody wants, but if you look at that Tristan Way, do you have his recruiting profile up there?
I do.
What's his last name?
Lay, Leigh.
Leigh, because if I remember correctly, he had offers from
stupid crap.
What's that?
When I go to 247 Sports,
I'm looking at
plays these stupid ads.
Yeah, no, hold on. I'm trying to figure out let's see here. Yeah, recruiting profile. All right, so Mike was saying he's not getting SEC talent. He turned down. Is playing my shit here on this here too?
What exactly is the plan here?
This tab. Hold on. Let's do it on my thing now. All right. Anyway,
yeah.
He was recruited by Alabama. He told Alabama to go fuck themselves. He told Arizona State to go fuck themselves. Arkansas, Auburn. Florida. He was offered there. Offered to Georgia. He offered LSU. Yeah, he had offers from every major program in the country. Mm-hmm. So the idea that Clemson can't get SEC talent is absolutely laughable.
Oh, it's stupid.
Laughable. And it frustrates me because people will be like, well, Clemson can't get this. Shut up.
And at one time, he ended up signing with the Trojans, but at one time they had the number 1 overall recruit signed or at least committed at Clemson. That was
Corey, whatever his name was. I can't remember his name.
Corey Foreman.
So, you think he didn't want to go to Alabama? It came down to his hat ceremony was Alabama and Clemson, and he told Alabama, fuck off. Come on, Mike. Holy shit, dude. Ridiculous, man. You think Clemson can't get talent? Jesus Christ. Welcome into the show. Good evening.
What's going on, Rob? Jonathan, Dave, how y'all doing tonight?
What's going on?
What's up?
Oh, we're doing better now.
I want to say this, and I'm not going to be a fuss sticker. I'm just going to be an honest opinion. Alabama will lose to Ole Miss, and Alabama will lose to Arkansas. After the Florida game, which everybody watched, our defense is a complete shit show. Pete Golding needs to be fucking fired. It's not the players. It is our defensive coordinator. That's all I have to say.
So I think with Alabama this year, it's kind of I mean, to a lesser extent, because you have a better coaching staff at Alabama. The foundation at Alabama is better as far as coaching goes. But Alabama lost a fuck ton of people after they won the national title. A fuck ton. Lots of early declarees to the draft. Matt Jones gone. So you had to replace a lot of stuff. And there's going to be growing pains.
Yeah, and yeah, we did. We replaced a shit ton of people. But to have a team go 99 yards on you, I mean, that is just complete ridiculous bullshit.
How many plays?
I'm fed up with it. I'm just fed up with it.
It's one game.
I mean, we did the same shit last year. I mean, our defense has never been, our defense has been just god awful. Yeah, we won the national championship last year. It was a COVID year, but we still won it. But our defense has just never, just with Pete Golding, it's just never been strong. It's just nothing. That's just my opinion.
Mean, you had a good defensive coordinator who's not such a good head coach, but he was a pretty decent defensive coordinator.
Weren't y'all the greatest team ever last year?
We had a great team last year. I'm no doubt.
You had a great offense, for sure.
Y'all had one of the best teams ever. Our team last year was great. Yes, it was. But I'm talking about this year, to have a defense to have a team go 99 yards on you, come on. I mean, just come on.
How many plays? 99 yards and how many plays?
My music.
How many plays?
I'm about got him trained. He hears it. He's like, "Fuck it, I gotta go."
I want to know how many plays.
The problem that I had with what he was saying was, he'd already said that. He already said Golding was a shithead. You don't have to repeat yourself. Just say he's a shithead and fucking.
Well, but don't tell me for the last 8 months that team last year was the greatest team ever, and then come sit here and shit on last year's team. Like what? Come on, get your shit right.
Well, we'll see how that works out. I don't know. I don't think Alabama's got too many issues, to be honest with you. They're not going to be outcoached. They're not going to be outcoached all season. We know that.
No.
They've got talent all over the place.
It's kind of like the way I view Clemson and the rest of Clemson season. Like, sure, they haven't looked phenomenal, but there's a lot of games left for Clemson to play where they can tune all that shit up.
Look, I don't think that Clemson needs to be in the playoff. I don't think they're a playoff team, but I think Clemson can win out.
If they win out, you don't think they're a playoff team?
No, I don't. I don't think.
Especially if they get their shit together.
Well, it depends on how well they get their shit together. They need to be back to the Clemson team of they're winning by 40 points against some of these shithole teams.
It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't matter how well they get their shit together, because we had this conversation earlier. Because if a Pac-12 champion is 11-1, and a Big Ten and a Big 12 champion are 11-1, and Clemson is 11-1, guess what? By name alone, Clemson gets in because of that one loss to Georgia. So it doesn't really matter.
Welcome to the program. We'll see, Sam. That's a good point there. Now, welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
This is Missy.
Oh,
are
really?
you sure?
Yeah, it is. I want to slap Charles Beard right now. Like, yeah, we have quarterback issues, but we're not going to freaking lose to freaking Ole Miss, nor are we going to lose to Arkansas. Screw him. Like,
hey, if
go cheer for Auburn.
I've got live audio of Fuckstick once Alabama rolls through there, and then we call him back out on that. Here's his live audio.
Please do.
There he is. That's exactly what he would say.
Like I if I was in my own house, I would like be screaming right now because.
No, I'm just saying he's Fuckstick will come back and say, well, I told y'all at the beginning of the season we're winning a national title and Golden should fucking goddamn be the defensive coach of the year. And he'll be making bets with Edwin that Golden wins the defensive coach of the year and fucking Saban wins the offensive coach of the year. And Edwin ends up owning his soul and his next 4 kids. That shit'll happen. Seriously.
It's going to happen.
Whatever he hasn't bet yet with Edwin. And by the way, Edwin's a nice guy because I would literally, I would have far worse pictures than what he's got going on right now. I'd have pictures of him photoshopped in LSU clothes and everything else.
I think Chucky has to name his next grandkid Les
me, and he's not even supposed to be making bets to anybody after he lost his bet to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that bet has kind of like went in the ghost.
So you think Edwin knows how to use Photoshop?
Edwin knows everything.
Oh, okay. This is true.
Edwin needs to step up. Hey, Edwin, you need to step up on your pictures.
Fuckstick
for
makes
his
stupid
profile
bets.
pictures.
Yeah, he does. Edwin will own his headstone on his grave. He might. So Nisha,
yeah,
you're like up there in like Kentucky now, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I used to live in Kentucky.
No, it's really pretty up here. It kind of was cold today, like super freaking cold today, actually. But it's nice up here. It's not too bad.
Well, I hope everything works. I hope everything works out well for you up there. So.
No, we'll see. You know.
So you're living in E-Town, right?
One thing about me, I'm never stuck anywhere. I got people all over the place.
Aren't you going to? You mentioned, I think, in the Fuckstick chat, you're going to Talladega next week, right?
Oh yes, I'll be in.
Boy, that's like
Alabama.
That's like redneck haven, man. Are you gonna be all right?
Oh, I'm gonna be fabulous. I'm gonna be, like I said, free, drunk, and no worries.
You're gonna keep you. We should have a. You should have a Dega diary. Just keep track of all the fuckery that's going on down there. Because like I've heard stories about Talladega down there, like fucking guys fucking sheep and all kinds of shit, and everybody's turning left and nobody can turn right, and all kind of shit going down there, right?
I've never seen any guys fucking any goats.
I didn't say goat. I said sheep. They're not savages. They fuck sheep, not the goats.
Goats, whatever.
The goats kick back.
I've never seen any sheep in the infield of Talladega. I've seen dogs.
That's because they're scared.
Just dogs. Just seen dogs. People bring their dogs.
They're fucking dogs.
Yeah.
So you're going down there by yourself? You're not taking the fiance with you?
No, this is Mama's time.
Oh, it's Mama's time. You're not going to be doing any time on that whore bus, are you?
No. I was just
asking. You told me before. No, you told me before you went on the whore bus though. You didn't like participate, but you were on the whore bus.
I have friends that have participated.
They have participated.
I
I'm not saying you're going down there. I mean,
a friend of mine.
Right. So
bar.
are you like camping out down there or what?
Yeah. Well, this time I'll camp in the tent usually, but this time I'll probably just be either sleeping in my car or sleeping next to the fire.
I've done that.
I sleep next to the fire a lot of times. But
you did it for one of the shows, Dave.
I know.
I'm not trying to troll you here, but is there like a place where you can like bathe, or are you just gonna be nasty ass while you're down there?
No, there's bathhouses. Look, let me tell you about that. So
that's where I want to be. Is it a like bathhouse at fucking Talladega? Jesus Christ!
So in the bathhouse, there's like some campgrounds you go to, you got to press the button to hold the shower, right? So instead of having to hold the shower the whole time, you take a shower rod, like like a shower curtain rod, and you extend it as long as where you from the wall to the button
This
to
is a
hold
family show.
the shower
Talking
steady
about turning the
to where you
shower
can
on.
take
She's
a
not talking about
full
fornicating
steady
with it. She's
shower
just talking
without
about
having to hold the button.
that's like some. You got to be flexible to like push the button and wash your ass at the same time.
Well, that's why you have to have the shower rod curtain.
So let me
not
get
the
this straight.
curtain,
You're in
but
the
like
shower.
the rod.
So you have the rod,
I'll
which
have to
means
take
that
I'll have to
people
take a
can.
video for y'all to show y'all
We
how.
don't want a video of that.
Not with me in the shower, just to like show
I don't
y'all
want to see anybody in the shower.
from the wall to the button.
Let's make sure we put this out there, and Mishi knows this too, just in case people that don't know watch this show and fucking run their mouths. We're not asking Mishi to show us her body or anything like that. It's not like that.
No,
we just think it's funny that she's like having to play Twister in the shower so she can wash her ass.
It's redneck shit that we have to do, and it happens, but the
Holy
ass will
shit.
be washed.
Goddamn, I sure as hell hope so. Does it smell like a funk down there? I'm being dead serious. I mean, it probably. Here's what I think Talladega smells like. It smells like a corn dog dipped in chili that was at Sonic that they reheated, and then like ended up in the back of your car for like a summer. And then someone decided to pick it up and then wipe themselves off with it and then sweat for 4 hours and then walk around. That's what I think it smells like at Talladega. Is that close?
Well, the fact that you went to a corn dog and 90% of the fans
in Talladega
are LSU fans, it's perfect description. But no,
I wasn't mocking the LSU fans. I just think it smells like fucking a shithole down there. I wouldn't fucking go down there for nothing.
It smells like rancid
Talladega correspondent.
It's a lot more LSU fans. It's a lot of LSU fans and Georgia fans, majority, and then Alabama fans. So
Andre says it smells like disappointment.
Georgia,
I think it smells
Alabama.
like daddy issues. That's what I think it smells like.
It smells like rancid vagina and regret.
Rancid vagina and regret. Holy shit.
Well,
so do we need to take up a collection to get you some soap or a fucking shower rod? Do we need to help with that or whatever? I'll throw $5 in.
No, I'll get it on my way down there.
So
you're gonna buy your own
shower? It only costs like $3 or $4 for a shower rod.
I swear to God, you're buying a shower curtain rod to take a shower. That is some fucking shit.
So Mishi, basically you just left Louisiana because of Hurricane Ida and went to Kentucky. Now you're going to drive to Talladega so you can live in the same conditions of Ida. Is that what's about to happen?
You're going to be living in worse conditions than the fucking government trailers they had after Katrina down there. That's going to be worse than those.
Well, no, because I mean, yeah, it's going to be no power, but I'll have generators and I have a bathroom within like 20 feet of me.
My cat's attacking my headset.
I can have all the food that I want in the infield, whether I want some fucking ribs or I want some crawfish or shrimp or boiled peanuts, or if I want to go sleep in the RV, I have friends that I can go sleep in the RV. I have plenty of places. It's not, but Ida was a little check. Here's what's about to happen.
So, look, hey, can you will you do me a favor? Will you take some pictures down there? I don't want like pictures of like. We're not asking you to take pictures of you, whatever. But if you see some redneck fuckery down there, I mean, I want some shit that'll make me giggle. Your job for the show. We're gonna make you our Talladega correspondent.
That's right.
Here's what I want, Mishi. Okay, I want a picture of the woman with the hairiest back.
Oh, I've never seen a woman with a hairy back down there though.
Well, you have to look for it. If you see somebody with a,
I can get you a picture of some dude wearing some crazy ass sling slong thing that you wore for
well,
your
I didn't wear a sling slong thing. I wore like a weightlifting singlet, but I mean my shit was covered up. I sent pictures of you guys that to you guys. But no, look, I want like
I can get you all sorts of pictures, not
okay. Well,
including
look,
myself. But
we're not asking you to take pictures of you naked. We're just saying I want to see the woman with the hairiest back. Okay, so if we could do that, that would be great.
I don't know if I can do that, but
see,
I will get you good pictures and videos.
Those hairy backs are down there. They fucking have a competition for that shit. I want to find you.
No, these women go all out to go. They go to the beauty salon. They
of course they do. They get that back hair straightened out. They want it looking good. I also want a picture of a woman with a better beard than I have. Okay, so hairy back. Hello, son. Hairy back, hairy face. Okay.
Okay, I'll try. But like I said,
look, find that, and then just random redneck fuckery. Like I don't know, someone passed out on like drinking a case of Busch Light. You see that? That would be great. If they're just passed out with like beer cans all around them. That's
I would like to see.
Perfect.
I would like to see somebody.
I can do that. I don't know about Harry, but I can do passed out pictures.
We don't want any. That's fine. We don't want any perfect pictures though. Like this is the Talladega sunset. No one gives a fuck about that. I want hairy backs, hairy faces, drunk fuckers, motherfuckers, guys wearing dresses, all that shit, and we'll put a collage of that together.
I would like to see someone wearing. I would like to see someone wearing braces, but they only have one tooth. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be good too. I want the worst tooth
majority job. LSU fans at Talladega.
Hey,
how about I get somebody?
That's something else you can do. Hey, Mishi, I want you to find. Here's what you can do, Mishi. You find the absolute.
We'll have a Talladega worst grill contest.
Exactly. No. I want you to go and find. That's great too.
Definitely.
But just take pictures with random asshole looking guys. I want you to find somebody that's uglier than Fuckstick. I'm telling you. I want somebody ugly. All you can do is walk. Hey, baby, can I take a picture with you? These dumb fucks down there, they'll be like, she got 2 boobs. I'll take a picture with her. That you will make their motherfucking millennium.
I'll even get somebody like, say, college sports baby. Woo!
That would all be fine, but I'm serious. You get extra credit for hairy backs, fucking hairy face women, and uglier guys than Chucky Fuckstick. There you go.
I can do the ugly dudes, but like I said, the females, they like go to top notch to make sure they're ready for Talladega.
I don't believe that. There are no. It's not happening. I highly doubt that shit.
So
girls. You know what? If they're beautiful girls, here's what happened. They either made the transition or they outran their dads. It's one or the other. There are no fucking normal women there. I'm just saying I'm not talking about you. You're fucking having to import yourself from Kentucky. You're a Kentuckian now.
I'm like an all Southern type of woman.
No, you're a Kentuckian. You're a Kentuckian.
This is the most northern I've ever lived in my life, and
fucking Yankee land.
It's already 47 degrees tonight, and I don't know if I can handle that.
Dude, it's 55 degrees over here.
I can deal with 55 in Louisiana, 47 up here. I've been freezing all day.
Hairy backs and hairy faces, Mishi, all right?
I got you, Rob. I got you.
All right, baby. Thank you, ma'am. You be safe, all right?
I'll be safe. I'm always safe. That's no problem.
We'll talk to you later on.
I'm always well taken care of.
I'm sure you are. Stay off the whore bus.
Whore bus is not even allowed to be there no more.
Don't participate in the whore bus is what he meant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They stopped the whore buses. Now they've got the damn whore horse trailers. They want to make sure those whores are fucking properly ventilated.
Only thing I'll do is probably bartend and like make about $2,000. That would be great.
All right. Well, you do that, Misha. You stay safe down there. All right.
I will. Hopefully,
All
we'll
right,
make
dear.
some money and make some good pictures.
Oh, let me give you a little tip too. Okay. Let me give you a little tip while you're down there. Okay. If by some chance, all right, something like stings your leg and you think it's a jellyfish, if a guy is peeing on you, telling you that it was a jellyfish, he's just peeing on you. It's not really a jellyfish. There are no jellyfish at Talladega. All right.
My bodyguards are not going to let anybody pee on
I'm just
me.
giving you a word to the wise there. Don't let some guy just piss on you because he thinks that there was a jellyfish that bit you. All right.
I have bodyguards.
He goes to NASCAR races.
You don't understand. I got people who protect me while I'm there.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Just make sure you do that, okay?
I will.
Careful.
I will not let nobody pee on my leg.
And Mishi, before you go, I'll say one more thing. I know a NASCAR expert, and he says Nagano, or what's his fucking name? He's gonna win. Logano's gonna win.
Joey Logano.
Yeah, that guy's gonna win. But that's it.
Fuck NASCAR.
Real quick, you want to speak on that? Is Chris
No.
NASCAR.
Didn't even pronounce his name.
No, real quick.
Bitch said no.
Begin this job at Ford.
No, we can do that next week.
Do what?
We have till next week to do that, because I mean the race is another week away.
Yeah, I leave in 7 days.
Chris may be a cuck.
But what I'm saying is I'm about to have to pretend to be a Ford fan because Chris is gonna get this job at Ford and so I can get all the cool NASCAR shit. I'm gonna have to pretend to be a Ford fan.
All right, Mishi. Thank you, dear.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, dear. I'm such a horrible person.
Wait.
Anyway, by the way, have we talked about Hogger contest on this show yet?
What?
No.
Hogger contest. Dave knows what a Hogger contest is, don't you, Dave?
I mean, I know what we consider that here in Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Well, story time with Uncle Rob. Yeah, story time with Uncle Rob before we get out of here. So, my first unit in the Coast Guard, I was stationed on the Mississippi River, and we used to go up and down the river. And when we would go, whenever we would, you go up the river 1 week, and then 2 weeks later, you go down the river to the different towns that are up and down the Mississippi.
Time out.
What? Yeah.
So you would not go to the Gulf of Mexico. You would only go up and down the Mississippi back to New Orleans. We were responsible for 130 miles of river between Iowa and Missouri. And then we ended up going down to New Orleans eventually. But as far as the booze that we took care of. All right, between Iowa and Missouri. Gotcha.
Right. So we would stop in these little river towns, right? Hannibal, Missouri, and places like that, little shitpo towns up and down the Mississippi River. And it was $20 to play, and we would have a hogger contest. And what a hogger contest is you would find the absolute most disgusting female that you could possibly find, and whoever got the ugliest one ended up winning the pot. Now, our cook, it got to a point now where nobody would vote on who the winner was. So it would be, all right, who goes farther as far as things they do with this ugly thing? And we stopped doing hogger contests because our cook would go home with these whores and come back the next morning and make our eggs for us and then show us their underwear. It was fucking terrible. But hogger contests are fun. But holy shit with all of that. Some fucking crazy gosh shit we did there.
And there you go, guys. Another reason not to volunteer for the military.
Yeah, baby, I like you.
I've been in the military for 16 years. Never been hogging, never been whaling, never done any of that stupid shit.
Okay.
There you go. Edmonds is a bovine beauty contest. I had this one girl that like, she probably weighed like, I don't know, 350 pounds. She had crossed eyes. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck, I'm winning this shit. And she's like all up next to me, right? And I weighed like 175 pounds and I'm all ripped up and shit. And she's like all rubbing my chest and stuff. And I'm like, do I win? And everybody's like, no. Look at Dietz's girl. Dietz's girl was like terrible. I mean, this girl, she had a shave, like half of her head was shaved, but the other half wasn't. She had a tattoo on this side of her head, and like she had like a grill that was like mammothly bad, like it was black, like she had like black teeth. I mean, it was insane. I won one hogger contest in the 2 years that I was there, but it was oof. So if we went to Talladega, we would have a hogger contest. What we would do. Yeah, we would. We'd make some money. No, come on, Dave.
I would be the judge.
Judge my ass. So anyway,
never participated.
When you do those things, man. It's so funny when you do those things though, because it's like nobody really wants to admit who's got who. And it's like, oh, I gotta buy this thing a drink. Damn it! What is wrong with me?
I would never win. I would never win.
I think Dave would get squeamish. He would be like, ooh.
He's too nice. Dave's too nice.
David would be sitting there trying to talk to the hottest woman in the bar and laughing at all of you.
Gnome would be up there. He'd bring some fucking guy that looks like fuck stick with a dress on. Do I win? No.
No, yeah.
Freakiest military chicks are Air Force girls.
That chick I'm bringing is like 4'2", 3/4.
You don't want anybody taller than you.
I don't know. I'm looking down at her like, hey, bitch, I'm tall, motherfucker. Oh yeah, dude, I would so fucking win.
You'd end up with some Amazon bitch. Dave's like, nah, I ain't doing that. Dave, you're not adventurous at all.
What's that?
You're not adventurous at all. You're not adventurous at all, Dave.
Dave's got issues with this. Like, I can't.
Right. Well, I don't have issues with it. I have standards, and I'm not willing to violate those standards.
Oh, yes, standards. All right. Did we talk about what Rob was doing on 9/11? Did we talk about that? Can I share with you what I was doing on 9/11? This is one of those things in life that I was a disgusting individual about. So, but all right. So September the 10th, I was working for Boys and Girls Club. I was a sports director for the whole state of South Carolina, right? And they sent us to Birmingham, Alabama, for this national conference for Boys and Girls Club, right? So you get there and you're with all these other Boys and Girls Club folks that run Boys and Girls Club programs across the country. So anyway, so I get there, right? And you know, the training is just fucking stupid. So it's like, all right, well, whatever. So I met this girl there, and her name was Hannah. Well, Hannah and I ended up being really, really good friends really, really quickly. So Hannah ends up staying with me the night of September the 10th. And we wake up on September the 11th. She turns on the TV and we see the stuff that's going on with the World Trade Center. And I thought it was like literally like a movie. I'm like, that's a movie. Come on, stop. Come on back to bed. So she, comes back to bed, and a little bit later we're like, oh no, that wasn't a movie. Well, this is the worst thing I've ever done as a human being. I feel so terrible, but I'm sharing it here on the show. So everybody's like, oh my God, we got to get the fuck out of Birmingham. What the hell are we going to do here? There's no airport, there's no nothing. So we're going to everybody's renting cars and all this shit. So I was able to get a car to drive back to Columbia. Well, she lived in Columbus, Georgia, which is theoretically somewhat on the way. She goes, hey, can I get a ride back to Columbus? I swear to you, I looked at her and I said, I don't want to take that step in our relationship. I don't feel that love.
So there are levels to this.
I looked her dead in the eye and said, yeah, I don't think we're at that point in our relationship. Because I didn't want to sit in the car with her driving across the state of Alabama and Georgia. Oh, I was a disgusting human.
All right. So,
is there anything worse than that in the middle of a national emergency? I'm telling her, yeah, I mean, we were just playing boyfriend girlfriend games, but yeah, I don't feel that comfortable with you riding in a car with me.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a dick move. Nope, that was a dick move.
Terrible. That's probably the that wasn't very good. That wasn't very good at all. Oh, getting bursted. Andre saying Rob the asshole. Edwin says that's weak. What do you mean it's weak, Edwin? I don't know what you're talking about. That was a fucking dickhead move.
That was a dickhead move. Yes.
That was probably pretty mean there. That's probably the worst thing I've ever done.
Like, she might have to stay there for like 5 days waiting for a rental car.
I mean, I gave zero.
Who knows? You probably don't remember her fucking name, so whatever.
I told you her name was Hannah. She's from Columbus, Georgia. I remember that.
What was her last name? No, I'm just kidding. No,
I knew her last name. We don't need to have all that out there. Anyway, yes, that's probably the worst thing I've ever done in my life. I don't know if anybody else would share something they did that's horrible. I don't think we're at that point in our relationship where I can help you out in the middle
I've done
of
worse than that.
National emergency.
Yeah.
Worse than that?
I've done worse than that.
I've done worse.
Yeah.
I'm not going to share.
I'm not going to share.
Well, I did have a girlfriend, and then
I'll share with you two once the show ends.
Andre says he brought her to the airport. Well, here's one other thing I did. Like at my first unit up there, I met this girl online before I went into the Coast Guard, and her and I were like pen pals while I was in boot camp, right? So we she comes and sees me like when I get stationed up there because she lived in Iowa, and then all of a sudden, like, she came to see me like every month, like 3 weeks out of the month. The fifth time she came, she brought her sister, and as soon as I saw her sister, I was like, I have to fuck her sister. Her sister was down with. That's pretty shitty too. That's not as bad as the 9/11 though. I can't help you in a national emergency, even though we were, cutting backflips on each other earlier. But yeah, what a horrible person I am. There you go. There's some dirt on Rob. This is all before I got married. I've been good since I got married. But
I'll tell y'all this. It's a complete change of the subject, but I thought about it because I looked down at all the paper that my dog, this 9-month, 70-pound fucking puppy, has shredded. So, anyways, so my daughter is a varsity cheerleader. She's a junior, and we had our house wrap this weekend because it's homecoming. Those motherfuckers fucking put confetti all over my fucking yard. All over my fucking yard. Now, we thought this was fun when we were kids. That shit is not fucking fun or funny. I'm going to be the guy that says, get off my fucking lawn, kids, because that was some fucking bullshit.
The fuck?
Now, I will tell you this. I didn't clean it because them motherfuckers cleaned it. But that's some bullshit. When you walk out, they put fucking that paper thin fucking those streamers and shit all over the place. Fuck them motherfuckers. If any of you kids are watching this show, do not do that shit to my house again. Okay? Period.
There you go. I think that's a great way to end the show. Appreciate you guys.
To Lafayette just to fork his house.
No, they had like 200 forks and spoons in my fucking yard, bro.
Hey, when I come down for LSU and Clemson in 2024, I think it is, In addition to tossing the gnome, I'm going to dump about 8 tons of confetti in his yard. There you go with that. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.